What is going on, guys, and welcome back to SimpleRockets 2 in my own custom system for another video. And I thought we'd go to the planet that we're trying to go to last time, where it's pretty weird. I don't know how else to explain it. It's got some strange lighting effects and atmosphere going on, so I thought it'd be interesting to take one there and see it. So we're taking one of our old landers here. I didn't want to redesign a whole new lander. I saw this one and I knew it had quite a lot of Delta V, and I also stuck a little bit extra in, made sure that it is capable of getting there, hopefully. And yeah, I thought I'd go with this instead of redesigning a brand new lander, because I don't actually know, unless I test the atmosphere, I don't know how it's going to react. And yeah, it's going to be some interesting results, to say the least, so do keep a watch for that. Now, I am doing this voiceover pre-recorded because the audio was lost on the file, so I apologise for that. I am not doing it live, but yeah, I thought I'd just sit and chill and do the voiceover for this video. So anyway, let's get back to what's actually happening. Obviously, we're just getting into orbit. You've seen this plenty of times, 100 million times in multiple different games, and we're doing it again. I put on me auto launch code, but this craft is so heavy that it really just doesn't like using it, so I had to do it manual. You know, the old-fashioned way of actually controlling the craft up into orbit. Which is not what anyone wants to do, but yeah, anyway. Getting on with the mission. Let's just circularize our orbit a little bit. Once we're high enough, we'll separate the fairing, which is I don't know why it went so slow. I think it's like it must have been so heavy that it was just pretty slow to actually fall away. But yeah, there's our little lander on the top. Actually, I did do this twice as well, because I got the launch code that I'd modified to launch this had decoupled all the tanks, so I only ended up with the lander, and yeah, the lander wouldn't have gotten us very far. Surprisingly, I used more fuel to get into orbit than I thought I would have. But anyway, there you go. We are targeting our select planet, and hopefully going to get an encounter. So what you do to go into the inner planets, you actually want to be burning retrograde in terms of like... No, not actually retrograde. What am I saying? You want to be burning prograde, but towards the sun, rather than being behind the planet like you normally would to go to Duna or, you know, the Mars planet in SimpleRockets 2. You want to burn in front of the planet to go to the inner solar system. I believe that's how you do it. That's how it worked for me, and that's how it's always worked. I mean, it does use a lot of Delta V, but guessing that's normal? I don't know, guys. But anyway, getting on with the mission. I've just separated the first stage. Now, the first stage on this rocket was actually designed to land back, but I didn't leave any fuel in. I thought, we might as well just leave it. It's, you know, it's just going to sit in orbit. Why not? Some space debris for this save of our new system. I'm going to have to change the system anyway, because... Turns out I've got a few problems with the planets that I've made. Yeah, but you'll soon see. You'll soon see what the problems were. Anyway, as you're watching this video, if you're still here, please do like and subscribe to the video. It really helps out, and you know, it just helps other people see it that might be interested in it. Don't know who would be interested in it. It's pretty boring and lame content, and I apologise for that, but. Yeah, people seem to like it. 3,500 people seem to like it. And yeah, it's pretty interesting to see that so many people watch my videos, and I don't feel like they're that special. But yeah, obviously you guys like it, and it's enough for you. So anyway, moving on here, we're just going to skip forward a little bit. So now we're in solar orbit and out of Roberto's orbit, which is so weird to say that name. But yeah, and we're trying to get an encounter, and luckily, look at this! Look how close we were. I was actually surprised. I didn't do any calculations or anything. As you know, this channel, we don't do any calculations. Calculations are for geeks. No, I'm joking. Honestly, no, we're not doing any calculations because we're too lazy. Yeah, so we managed to get a close encounter, but look at the delta V we need to change this, and it took us ages. Honestly, I'm going to be honest, I spent a good hour just trying to get a close encounter to this planet, and the gravity is so high on it. Gravity is so high, the atmosphere is so thick, and the sphere of influence is so wide that it is just pretty much a stupid task. It's honestly absolutely terrible, and the amount of fuel I wasted on this, it was overly not necessarily. So once again, we're just going to skip through all this confusion with the maneuver nodes and get to arriving at the planet. Right, so we're now in the sphere of influence of the planet, and I'm just trying to have a look around, see if we can actually see it from a distance. There it is, because I don't know what the atmosphere actually looks like in game. Obviously I worked it out in Planet Studio, but I hadn't done it in game. Hadn't seen it. Wow, and that is bright. Like, look at it on the map screen compared to in real life. The atmosphere I've made totally wacky. Obviously, I was just messing around with sliders and stuff. Didn't know what I was doing. But look at the speed. We're approaching the planet here. We're only at 10 times speed, and look how fast we're approaching. It was at this point I knew, yeah, we're pretty much done for, and I'm just going to take some screenshots before this goes away. So we took a couple of screenshots, because you have to admit this planet does look pretty awesome, especially with the rings I put on. It looks pretty sick. It's just unlandable. Well, I say unlandable, but I made a bit of a boob, and yeah, you'll see why. You will see why once we come in a bit closer. Now, I'm just setting up a maneuver node to see how much delta V it would be to move this maneuver, and I was like, nah, I just don't have enough. So I accepted my fate, and I thought we're just going to have a crash down. I did think about going to the moon, but there is just no way we had enough delta V to be able to go to the moon either. So we decided poor Landy over here is going to perish, and we might as well waste the last of the fuel to slow down a little bit. But anyway, back onto time warp. Here we go, approaching the pinky, reddy, purpley fire planet. And yeah, our speed is just building insanely as we get closer and closer. Absolutely mad. Now, I just opened this window because I was curious of what temperature we would get on the reading. But then I think I forgot to check it, to be honest, because other things were happening. So look there, 246 degrees. This height seemed a bit odd, and we're dropping temperature. I don't know, probably just because we're closer to the sun is the reason for that heat. This is the default sun as well. I hadn't changed the sun or anything like that. I notice on my planet, every time I take off on a night time, there's like thunderstorms. I didn't even realise that was a thing, but apparently so. I put the landing legs down as good measure, and mind you, this is not sped up in any way. This is This is 1-for-1 footage. This is how fast we're going down. Now watch what happens when we get so far down. It's pretty hilarious. Realise we're out of fuel. A few hundred kilometers in. Here we go. We haven't truly hit the atmosphere yet, and there we go. We've hit the atmosphere. And I realised at that moment I did not have re-entry damage on at all, because I would have just been annihilated. So I did want to check, and yeah, re-entry heat damage wasn't on. Actually, I thought we'll put that on just in case, for next time. In case we forget, because we don't want it to be too unrealistic. I mean, it's already unrealistic. And now look at the speed, right? If there was a human on it, I'm going to speed up the footage a little bit here because it takes so long to free fall. If there was a human on board that and they hadn't burned up, then they would have literally been soup. The speed that this craft slowed down in the atmosphere, they would have pretty much been soup. They would have been obliterated with the speed that this craft stopped. So yeah, totally unrealistic planet, and I'm probably just going to have to change this one. But yeah, I thought we'd come back to our system and check it out, see what was going on. And there we go. Some parts survived, so I guess we'll leave them there as a landmark. It's the unsurvivable planet. There's just nothing can survive here. It's just doomed to fail. Anything that goes here, doomed to fail. And I thought we'll get some more screenshots so I've got some thumbnail material. I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. Obviously you guys know which thumbnail I'm using, because you clicked on the video. So if you did click on the video, now is the time where I give you the spiel again about subscribing, hitting that like button or dislike. If you really didn't like the video, hit the dislike button. It helps us either way, to be honest. So yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down, either way, and I'll leave it here and see you in the next one. If you like the short videos, let us know, and if you want a longer video, let us know again. Bye.